Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stephen Breach coming to you here today. Woke up to some news about the upcoming WWE's Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is always one of my favorite events to make videos for because of all of the surprises that seem to pop up when people thinking that this person or that person is going to be into the WWE Royal Rumble. Woke up to two surprise entrant rumors that are out there, one being Ric Flair, one being Hacksaw Jim Duggan. In this one, I'm going to tackle Ric Flair, saying that he's going to be into the Royal Rumble. There's been a lot of news, a lot of smoke behind this of Ric Flair saying he wants to lace up the boots one more time. We've been seeing this rumor. I think a lot of times people tend to think that maybe, Ric Flair is running out of money. He needs to have one more, big payday, seeming to be out there. We are a few years removed from Ric Flair's last match, which was a pay-per-view bonanza that was put together, I believe, by Conrad Thompson. And there was a whole StarCast thing put behind it. They put on their own pay-per-view entitled Ric Flair's Last Match. It was Ric Flair and his son-in-law going up against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett in a tag match. And even Ric Flair came out and said the match wasn't good. I don't know if he wasn't, in shape. He wasn't ring ready. The guy's over 70 years old. I really don't know what there is the expectation for this last match to be. I mean, he had three, talented wrestlers that are, I don't want to say at the top of their game right now, but I mean the three guys that are still blowing it up on TV right now. And Flair has admitted that he fell asleep during the match while he was selling on the apron. I don't know where there is to come back from there. I know that the Royal Rumble is basically set up for, the surprise, the theme goes off, the big entrance, and I mean, Flair could run into the ring. He could crawl to the ring, I guess you can say, and then just basically get bushwhacker looped. Run in one side, run out the other. WWE, really ever since the Triple H era has started, we saw at SummerSlam, basically the WWE legends up in the booth, sort of get their Hall of Fame, WrestleMania moment where they all get shown up on the stage. They were all, backstage. The wrestlers said that the WWE passed around a memo telling you who each and every wrestler was and what their accomplishments were, in case some wrestlers didn't know who they were. They could all sort of show their respect to them. Kevin Nash talked about this on the Ric Flair podcast. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised with how big Triple H is a Ric Flair mark, but I do believe that Triple H knows he has to put on the best wrestling match that he can at the Royal Rumble, and with how deep the WWE roster is right now, there might not be one spot to give up. I know that in the past we've had moments like Santino or Mick Foley, come in and give a little bit of comedy to the match to sort of change the mood. We've seen, the Royal Rumble has turned into a hardcore match. We've seen it turn into spots where, you're laughing at certain things to sort of, get you off your game. But we've done the Legends, Battle Royal before. I believe it was 2008, if I remember right, in Madison Square Garden. Jimmy Snuka as well as Roddy Piper were involved in that one. I don't know. I don't see Flair in the Rumble. That's just my deal. It just doesn't make a ton of sense. All right, we're back and we're talking about WWE's Royal Rumble 2025 and the possibility that the WWE legends, Ric Flair as well as Hacksaw and Jim Duggan, are going to be in the WWE Royal Rumble. In this one, we're going to be talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a great legend. He had a great run in WWE before jumping over to WCW. And sort of competing in WCW until its dying days, being a part of like Team Canada. When he turned his back on the USA, and I don't know, he didn't have the greatest end of his career, because I think he ended up going and doing that Hulk Hogan promotion in Orlando that didn't really take off. He never really got a run in WWE after WCW closed, besides for when they were doing the John Cena and Edge feud that involved Lita. And I'm not sure if USA or they just didn't want John Cena, the babyface of the company, to be calling a woman a hoe. They brought back Hacksaw Jim Duggan for nothing more than the joke of him yelling "ho" whenever Lita was around. Ho! But Hacksaw's a good, entertaining legend. Honestly, when it comes down to however many wrestlers I've met in my time of going to shows, when I went to WrestleCon, WrestleMania 31, I was able to meet Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan was honestly one of the nicest wrestlers that I've ever met. WWE turning the Royal Rumble into a legend spot fest. Of course, Hacksaw be getting his ticket to the Royal Rumble. Maybe they could use it like how NASCAR or golf. They give legends tickets to join a big tournament or a big race, because of the fact that they have won that race in the past. They can get an exemption. But then again, I think that Hacksaw would only be getting it because of the fact he won the 1988 Royal Rumble, which was the first Royal Rumble. But then you got to be thinking, if they give Hacksaw Jim Duggan away into the Rumble because he's a past winner, why wouldn't Hulk Hogan? Of course, that's how Ric Flair would get in. Why isn't Stone Cold Steve Austin, Alberto Del Rio, all these past winners? Why are they not jumping in? Of course, I think one of the exemptions that NASCAR has is that they only have so many spots, and everybody who's won the race in the past does have a way into the race, but they can only give them to the people that had won the soonest, I think is the way to say it. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's a great story. He just beat cancer, I believe, for the second time in his life. Most people don't get a chance even to beat it once, but Hacksaw hasn't been in Rumble since 2012, when he was a surprise entrant when they were paying off the fact that he had won in the past. Hacksaw has been in a few Rumbles. Hacksaw hasn't had an elimination in a Royal Rumble since 1992. 1992, him and Virgil eliminated each other at the same time. That's the only elimination that he got, is eliminating the guy that was holding on to him. At that point, at January of 92, Hacksaw and Virgil were both baby faces. The fact that they were trying to eliminate each other at the same time doesn't really make a lot of sense. It sort of plays into I don't know. Hacksaw in the Rumble, I would love to hear the rumor. I just wouldn't love to see the payoff. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's coming. I would be really surprised if Flair or Hacksaw is going to be there. I know that, they're trying to, respect the legends. But I think you can respect the legends by both of these guys being there before the match starts, bringing them out on the stage, giving them their moment as like past winners. They can do the thing where they're, in the front row, waving to the camera. But in the match. How mad would you be if you were in a Royal Rumble poll and you pulled Ric Flair or Hacksaw Jim Duggan?